Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So interesting day. And before we dive into this, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of people posting WhatsApp numbers. That's not me. I'm never going to DM you or anything like that. Let's dive straight into it. In my opinion, Binance kind of asked for the heat that they've pretty much got. But I want to now pretty much sit you down and explain to you, okay, Binance does not dictate the future, okay, of this coin. We do, the community, okay? What I believe Binance is doing, and they're doing it quite well, is they're creating a divide between us. They're giving us stuff to bicker about. In my opinion, just forget, honestly, about Binance. The opt-in button will hopefully come at some point, and hopefully we can prove them wrong. And, you know, until then, this whole... So boycotting Binance, so by leaving, you're giving them an extortionate fee right now because they're claiming it's a bug now, which they claimed before that it was the LUNACLASSIC team, whoever they are, that said to put the fees that high. So this whole boycott Binance thing, honestly, it's not going to do anything but bring more attention to Binance in general. Now, as to boycotting, I get it. Okay, I'm as angry as the next person, and you folks know as well as I know, if I was in the position bestowed upon me as to where I was in, you know, these calls with Binance, I wouldn't force this on them. I would explain the pros and the cons and explain to them exactly what the LUNC community is about. I would have explained to them, you know, it may seem like you're taking a hit, but really you're not. And because we all know how it would have gone down if they just played ball. It's as simple as that. And, you know, the price right now is reflecting our current, you know, situation. And a lot of people, like I'm seeing, is there's a huge divide. And if I was still part of Terra Rebels marketing, you folks know that I would have done a hell of a lot of marketing towards new projects. In fact, I've managed to get a message across to someone over at OpenSea about possibly getting them to introduce the LUNACLASSIC blockchains and the technology, the coin, everything into OpenSea, thus opening a door to OpenSea and to LUNACLASSIC, vice versa, giving us a really good NFT platform. I mean, like I've said to you folks before, if ApeCoin can do it, we can do it. And this is not, you know, our future is not dictated by Binance or this burning. You know, we could bring enough utility, and you've heard this from Zardar's mouth as well many times, and from other people. If you bring enough utility use case, okay, you will not have enough coins to go around. And, you know, someone said to me today, well, you know, what are you doing? What utilities are you bringing? And, you know, I'm working on two current things. One's an NFT project, which I aim to release, you know, towards the end of this year, if we can get it done that quick. As to this NFT project, I aim to be able to provide staking rewards via our node. I aim to be able to provide, if you're an NFT holder, you get an extra, you know, 0.8% rewards compared to someone who wouldn't have one of those NFTs. And then we're going to try and incorporate those NFTs then into, you know, some... So pretty much you can use NFTs as ID systems, ID cards, login, you know, for different kind of things. And we're aiming to build on the LunarPunk's launchpad itself, but bring a kind of space where people can put forward their NFT ideas that they're thinking about and possibly, you know, interact with other people that are possibly interested in that kind of thing. And then thus, you know, people who are buying those NFTs will also be getting like extra help if they wanted to create NFTs, but trying to figure out more ways you can incorporate it. And the other utility case that I'm actually working on, and we're kind of sussing everything out, is a no-brainer. I can't tell you what it is for obvious reasons, but when it drops, and it will drop soon, you will be straight away, you'll be like, it was a no-brainer, Jay. Can't believe someone didn't do this before. So we are working on stuff. I've heard about this on-off ramp system thing, but I think it's going to be all done through the Kepler wallet. I think it's kind of Not as much as being said what should be said. So if there is an on and off ramp, it needs to be built on the blockchain, so to speak. It needs to be all handled by the blockchain's technology, not us going off and using Kepler or something like that, in my opinion. But folks, if we had more of a drive, like we have such a drive for burning, we have such a drive for this whole USTC repeg, but we have no drive for, you know, new project utilizations of LUNACLASSIC's listings, new listings, relistings from places before the capitulation. And I will always keep saying there's so much this blockchain can do. You just need to read about it. And someone said to me today, you know, we're waiting for you to do a big tutorial on how to create a utility. And I just said, you have no idea how to use Rust or Go or anything if you're saying that to me, because anyone who knows how to code or anything like that knows how complicated it is just to create an interface. Like it's not, you know, it's not like copy and pasting stuff into Paint. It's not as simple as that. So we're doing a lot on our side as well. And this whole, you know, some people saying to me, you know, you should be helping more, and we are. Like, we're doing everything we possibly can, and I don't even know what led to this situation where I'm just more or less ignored, or, you know, as if we don't exist. Like, they don't shout out the website, they don't shout out any projects, they don't back any projects up, they don't, you know, it's one of those ones. And I mean, Hippie himself struggled to get any kind of help, which totally sucks. Like, no one should struggle to get help from the blockchain, especially when they're supposed to be, you know, taking this guardianship, so to speak, over the blockchain. And yeah, there's just not enough being done on, you know, this whole utility use case front, readoption, you know, listings. You know, there's so many people and places to chase, and I'm only one person with my dev team. There's only so many of us. So yeah, there's 4 of us, by the way, folks. Someone said to me today, how many people are there? So there's 4. And, you know, one of them Strafe, and I'm not obliged to actually say the other people's names because, you know, they just don't want to be known. Strafe for a long time just didn't want to be known, and he's still like that. He's not after fame, glory, anything like that. And, you know, he has been offered more or less positions in other places, and he's laid down the line and said, you know, I've got a family connection and stuff. It's more than just, you know, being a developer. He's part of the HCC tribe. It's a completely different, you know, agenda over here. We're all inspired to keep doing more. And I myself will be, you know, dollar cost averaging down again, and just buying all the way down again and riding it up again like I did before, playing with that 2-3 million that I had before. So that's 2-3 million coins, by the way, not pounds or dollars. I wish I'm not that rich. But you know, there's this big issue as well with Binance itself doing what they did with such a huge amount of coins on there. And we all know they brought me up as a speaker and then removed me because they obviously knew I was going to ask about this hot wallet. I mean, come on, it's been a pet peeve of mine for a long time. And I hope people sort of see this as, you know, they really are trying to avoid any questions to do with this wallet, and the fact that they've got so many possible, you know, whales on there that will definitely vote no, or they'll just won't opt in, so to speak. And I think it's built on a volume scale, not so much a per user. So it's going to be interesting to see when this opt-in button does come out. But my opinion is it should be an opt-out button, because what CZ seems to not understand, and I know he doesn't understand things because he seems to love Fat Man for whatever crazy reason, and he just doesn't understand, you know, that more or less he's called us so many times before, you know, the most moronic people out there in the crypto community. And I'm trying to shake this. I don't know if you noticed, but I never use the term lunatics. I hate it. We're not lunatics. We're very composed. We are structured of many people that are not, you know, loonies. We don't make rash decisions. We're very collect. We pick our moves carefully. I like to see it as a game of chess, and you need to really be thinking, 30 moves ahead. And this is what I was thinking all the way back when I was part of TR marketing, is this whole overall drive for utility use cases, projects getting help, like Metagloria, Lunar Burning Nights, Lunarpunks, Starship. There's so many more projects out there that contact me, and I just don't have the time for all of them right now. I'm currently more or less looking at this project, which is all to do with basically providing a on-chain kind of swapping service similar to what Terra Shuttle did. So this is a really interesting project they brought forward. I'm just waiting for a white paper, and I'm going to go over it and then see what they need to launch this project. And if there's anything I can do to help push it along, I'm probably going to, because it seems like a good idea. We should have the ability to swap with certain coins, I believe, and opening up this door again to another portal like Ethereum or other blockchains, Solana, Cardano, all kinds of cool things like that. So as to projects like that, they can only bring them forward to me. I can only help so much, and then it's on them to do the legwork, and then I can only show people it. I can't ram it down people's necks. So, lots of good stuff going on, and I'm seeing a lot more people coming forward. I've had like 5-6 people come forward for this kind of artists, visual developer role kind of thing. But if there's more of you out there, feel free to apply. You will be getting a percentage cut from the node once the node's up and running monthly for the work you'll be providing. I think that's totally fair for anyone. So if you're wanting to join a really awesome dev team that's really entwined, involved with the community and stuff like that, and if you're new here, the difference is, I believe, with myself to, other kind of influencers, is that like you can speak to me, like you can get hold of me straight away in my Telegram. I'm contactable. I'm not one of these high up people that you're not going to be able to ever, get your message across to. I'm here, I'm involved with the community, and I'm truthful. I could quite easily have just come on and be like, guys, it's gonna pump soon, but instead I'm not. I'm explaining to you, we're not seeing sustained price movement because we don't have sustained usage of the coin, and the whole system going down on the smart contract side of things had a huge effect, and now everything like that's getting back up and running. We hope to see more. So we'll check the burn counter just before we head off for the evening, and I hope you guys have a really nice evening. I hope you got some good information from that, and we're going to go through these times where it's not all roses and pumps and green candles, and we've got to go through these phases, and we're figuring ourselves out as a community, as a blockchain itself. And we are a community coin, and it's down to the community to really make this what it is. So folks, the burn tax, as you can see, is nearly at 1.3 billion. Looking forward to it taking the #1 spot, and you'll know why, because I don't like people who live off of old news and stuff. Like, come on, let's get utility going. We've all been here. We know what we're here for. We've talked about it for so long now. It's just, we're at this point where we really need to get going. And like lots of people saying to me, are you going to be getting going soon? And it's like, yeah, as soon as this validator's ticker's done and dusted. And if I was a validator, I'd be doing so much more than I am now, because I would have, everything set up pretty much for me to start doing stuff properly. But we're limited by this new validators thing on, our own front, with all of our own projects and stuff like that. But we brought you the Penguins website. We've brought you projects that have pretty much died, and then we've brought them back. And not only that, when I got involved with LUNACLASSIC, it was chaos. It was finished. It was dead. And I was getting death threats. I still get death threats sometimes now, but I was getting some serious death threats for providing content. People saying, it's false hope, stuff like that. But the difference is I'm here to help and save people, not to FOMO people. I'm here to educate people. And if that means educating you on the negatives and the positives, so be it. I'll always be that guy, regardless if you like the information or you hate it. It's always honest. I'm never going to lie to you, because I have no beneficial gain from lying to you. Why would I do that? Does not make sense. Folks, stay safe out there, and just have a nice evening. That's good night from me, Midnight, and Happy. That's right, we got a new member of the family, which is Midnight. Check her out on Twitter. She's absolutely gorgeous, a little bit grumpy in that photo, but yeah, bonding is a strange thing between cats. So stay safe. I'm not a financial advisor, neither is Happy, neither is Midnight, and you know, just stay safe out there. I can't stress it enough about the scammers, doppelgangers, and people pretending to be me. Catch you in the next one. Shoo!